Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Batas with Attorney Claire Castro. Nito lamang Lunes, February 5, 2024, ay nagpalabas ng House Resolution 1562 ang House of Representatives kung saan kinukundina nila ang tila pag-atake ng Senado sa institusyon ng House of Representatives, lalong-lalo na kay House Speaker Romualdez. Nag-ugat ito sa isinasagawang pag-iimbestiga ng Senado sa mga nangyayari sa likod ng pagpapapirma ng mga tao para sa People's Initiative. Maraming nasasagap na balita na ang pagpapapirma sa mga tao ay may halong panloloko. Panloloko di umano dahil sa hindi nila alam kung ano ang kanilang pinipirmahan. Ang akala ng karamihan, ito ay para sa ayuda. Habang nagaganap ang investigasyon sa Senado, ay naidadawit kasi ang pangalan ni Speaker at ilang miyembro ng Kamara na nasa likod di umano ng pagpapapirma ng mga tao para nga dito sa pagtaguyod sa People's Initiative.
Meron po ba kayong nalalaman na batas na pinagbabawal po yung ginawa ninyo na makipag-ugnayan sa mga kongresista?
Wala naman po kasi
Teka po, hindi
People's
po ako
Initiative
tapos
is enshrined in our Constitution and it is the right of the people to
So wala
make that
po,
initiative. Yun po ang sabi sa akin ng mga lawyer.
so wala pong batas na nagbabawal sa inyo, lalong-lalo na po kung kayo nagpapatulong dahil sa paniwala ninyo, ito ay isang bagay na kinakailangan ninyong gawin. So lumapit po kayo, paniwala ninyo na wala namang batas na nagbabawal nito at hindi po kayo makukulong. Tama po.
Tama po.
Salamat po, Madam Chair.
Thank you for all the leading questions. Maraming salamat sa ating kongresista. Napakagaling na abogado para kay Mr. Oñate.
Madam
Opo,
Chair.
gusto ko lang balikan yung ating retrato na nandito sa harap natin. Galing po ito sa cellphone ninyo, January 8. Tama po ba, Mr. Oñate?
Oo, tama.
And that's in fact you in the picture, that's correct?
You confirm that it's you.
You confirm that this is you in the picture?
Yes.
And you also confirm that it's Speaker Romualdez in the picture?
Yes.
And it is Congressman Saldico in the picture?
Yes, yeah.
Can you read the caption, please? Yung caption sa ilalim po. May nakasulat,
Yes,
di ba?
that's true. That's correct.
Initiative.
Oo.
Tama po ba?
Tama po.
At maliban sa pagkain, klaro na may mga dokumento sa table. Meeting po to, hindi lang party. Anong pinag-usapan?
Ang meeting po yan kung paano kami makikipag-coordinate sa mga congressmen.
Saan lugar to? Saan ginanap itong parting to? Para lang malaman namin.
Sa ano po yan? Sa townhouse sa Forbes, sa Forbes Park.
Kanino
Malapit
nga? Kaninong lugar? Ipaliwanag. Wala namang masama magtipon-tipon sa bahay ng Miss Kishino.
Ano ho yan? Dalawang townhouse.
Hindi, kanino po? Kaninong lugar? Inyo? Bahay mo? Bahay mo po?
It's a meeting
Attorney
place.
Abisado, please.
It's our meeting place.
No, pero sino may-ari?
Sino ang
Sino may-ari ng bahay?
si Speaker Romualdez po?
Bahay ni Speaker Romualdez.
Yes.
Ganon. So, ang naging
Diyan po,
host
doon
at
po kami
nagkumbida ay si Speaker Romualdez. Tama po
Ako
ba?
po ang nagkumbida. Dapat
Paano
po
ka magkukumbida? Di mo bahay.
Oo nga.
Bira naman.
Oo nga po, dapat po yan sa bahay ko. Dahil meron ho akong party house sa Dasma, walang tao doon.
Pero hindi ba maliwanag na kung bahay ni Speaker...
Ang sabi ng staff, doon na lang gawin sa bahay ni Speaker. Dalawang bahay ni Speaker isa sa
Okay.
McKinley at isa...
Hindi
at
ba
isa
maliwanag?
Ha?
Hindi ba maliwanag kung bahay ni Speaker siya nagpatawag ng meeting, di talagang
Ako po ang
nakikialam si Speaker sa People's Initiative?
Ako po ang nag-initiate ng meeting. Pero sinabi po na doon na lang gawin sa townhouse ni Speaker. But ako po ang nag-initiate.
Ay,
Dapat po
ganon.
sa bahay ko, pero sinabihan ako, doon na lang pumunta.
Sino nagdala ng papeles? Kasi bahay niya. Ikaw nagdala ng papel?
Mga lawyer po.
Yung mga lawyer.
Po, dala-dala
So,
nila yung
bahagi
mga
ka talaga
papeles.
ng Project PI. Yung Project PI na tinetext sa mga kongresista, pati ako nga na-text kasi luma na yung number ko eh. Bahagi kayo ng Project PI?
Yeah. Kasi I sought the help of the speaker. Inamin ko
Yeah,
naman po.
you've said that before.
Natulungan kami
Opo.
dito sa signature gathering.
Right. Okay, kilala ninyo itong sina Attorney Redentor Tuason?
I don't know.
Suset Sumalinog, Timothy Lagundi, Kilala niyo itong mga to?
Hindi po.
Okay. Kasi meron kaming mga screenshot doon sa Project PI na galing sa mga congressman. At sabi mo, nakikipag-coordinate ka kay Speaker na CEO at sa mga hawak niyang
Congress. Yeah,
congressman.
that's correct. That's correct, Madam Senator.
Okay. So, asan yung mga screenshot? Asan yung screenshot?
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Yes po. Yes, Senator Bato, please. Ayan yung mga screenshot. Kasi sabi mo, bahagi ka ng Project PI. Nagtatanong lang ako, baka kilala mo itong mga to. Andito yung mga pangalan. Hindi pala ninyo kilala.
Hindi
Kasi,
ko po kilala.
anong pagkaintindi mo dyan sa message na yan? Pakibasa lang po.
Hindi ko po alam, I don't know all of the details because,
Hindi, lahat ng kongresista pinapasubmit, sa National Secretariat Attorney Red Tuason. Ayun. Ayan ang hinihingi nila, yung mga kopya, at saka accomplished signature forms. Kasi sabi ninyo, may kinalaman kayo sa second batch ng signature forms, di po ba?
yes.
So, isasubmit dito sa mga taong hindi ninyo kilala, samantalang kayo ang nagpa-imprenta? Senator Bato, please.
Madam Chair, gusto ko lang ipa-confirm kay Mr. Uñate, since sinabi niya kanina na he sought the help of the Speaker para makakuha ng perma. So, pumayag siya. In fact, nag-meeting kayo, di ba?
Yes.
Pumayag siya. So, meaning, sinabi mo, perma ang nasa likuran nitong People's Initiative, humingi kayo ng suporta galing kay Speaker Romualdez, pinigyan kayo ng tulong, ng suporta para tumakbo ng inyong People's Initiative. Ibig sabihin, si Speaker Romualdez, isa na rin sa nasa likod ng...
Pumayag naman po si Speaker.
Pumayag
si Speaker.
Nasa likuran na rin siya.
Natulungan kami kasi siya ang CEO ng Congress.
Kaya nga, gusto ko lang i-confirm sa'yo na siya rin ay kasama na, nasa likod na rin ang papatakbo ng PI. Dahil nga, tumulong siya sa inyo, di ba?
He is helping us.
Thank you.
At dahil dito nga sa nabubunyag sa Senate hearing, ang mga aksyon na ginagawa di umano ng Speaker at ng ilang miyembro ng Kamara sa likod ng pagpapapirma para sa People's Initiative ay matinding kinundi na ito ng House of Representatives. Kaya sila nagpasa ng House Resolution 1562.
Majority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, I move to consider House Resolution number 1562 and direct the Secretary General to read the title of the resolution.
Thank you, Majority Leader. Is there any objection? The Chair hears none. The Secretary General is directed to read the title of House Resolution number 1562. Secretary General.
House Resolution number 1562. Resolution expressing unwavering solidarity and support to the leadership of the Honorable Speaker, Ferdinand Martin G. Romualdez, and upholding the integrity and honor of the House of Representatives in the face of intense assault from the Senate in violation of the principle of interparliamentary courtesy and undue interference in the performance of its legislative and constituent functions.
Maraming salamat, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize Senior Deputy Speaker Aurelio Dong Gonzales Jr. to sponsor the measure.
Senior Deputy Speaker Aurelio Dong D. Gonzales Jr. is recognized to sponsor the measure. Please proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Esteemed members and distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, magandang hapon po. Today, I stand before you with a heart full of resolve and a voice echoing the collective sentiment of this august chamber in the midst of Senate's accusations and confrontational stance. We affirm our unwavering solidarity and support to the leadership of the Honorable Speaker Ferdinand Martin Gomez Romualdez and uphold the integrity and honor of the House of Representatives. Mr. Speaker, in the course of the performance of our legislative duties, it is a matter of course that we encounter diverse opinions and perspectives. These are vital to our parliamentary process and healthy sign of a vibrant democracy. However, recent events have cast a dark shadow over the decorum and mutual respect that should define the relationship between our co-equal legislative bodies. The unfounded allegations hardened by some members of the Senate on the issues surrounding the People's Initiative are direct violation of interparliamentary courtesy and undermine the independence and integrity of the House of Representatives. My honorable colleagues, we must, as one body, rise in defense of the leadership and dignity of our institution against these ridiculous allegations. Unsubstantiated, and they are, which foster a climate of mistrust that is detrimental to our nation's progress, and it is imperative that we denounce these underhanded tactics that erode public trust in our parliamentary processes. By approving resolution of both houses number 6, we sought to amend our constitution and make our beloved Philippines a more investor-friendly and globally competitive country. This initiative, in support of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s agenda, was conducted with utmost legal and procedural integrity. We have no involvement in the signature drive to amend the Constitution, and it was, in fact, initiated by a private organization. We, however, respect the people's initiative as it clearly manifests the essence of our country's democratic process. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, in the face of these unfounded indictments, the Speaker has bravely defended the integrity and honor of the House of Representatives. Yet, he continues to call upon our honorable members to be discerning while observing mutual deference to a co-equal legislative body. Through House Resolution number 1562, not only do we express our support to the leadership of the Speaker, but we likewise reaffirm our commitment to the principles of respectful dialogue and adherence to interparliamentary courtesy. We stand as one as House, one voice, rejecting divisiveness and dedicating ourselves to the pursuit of harmony and cooperation between our legislative houses. Both houses of Congress share the noble purpose of crafting a better future for our nation. It is with this shared responsibility that I call upon everyone to stand together as one and reaffirm our commitment to work for the betterment of the Filipino people. Now, it is the time for us to unite and address these challenges. I implore you to support the adoption of this resolution with a sense of urgency and in the spirit of unity. Let us defend the integrity of our institution, give our full unwavering support to the Speaker, and ensure that we continue to serve the people with the honor and dedication they deserve. Let us move forward with dignity and unwavering commitment to uphold the democratic peoples that binds us. Sa inyo pong lahat, maya pagkat panapon, dakal pong salamat. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Maraming salamat, Senior Deputy Speaker Gonzales. Majority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize Representative Luis Raymond L. Ray Villafuerte Jr. of the 2nd District of Camarines Sur for his manifestation.
Representative El Rey Villafuerte, 2nd District of Camarines Sur, is recognized. Please proceed, sir.
Esteemed Speaker, respected members of the House, and valued citizens of our nation. Today, as the leader of the National Unity Party, I address this august body to voice our steadfast support for the resolution that stands as a bulwark against the recent actions of the Senate against its co-equal legislative chamber in our country. This resolution symbolizes our unwavering commitment to uphold the sanctity and autonomy of the House of Representatives. The heart of this resolution lies in the core principles of our core democratic governance as enshrined in Article 17 of our Constitution. In its pursuit of national development, in keeping with the vision of President Marcos Jr., this House, under the leadership of Speaker Martin Romualdez, has responsibly embarked on an initiative to rid our Constitution of its anachronistic economic provisions that have barred the inflows of foreign direct investments commensurate with our status as one of Asia's fastest-growing economies pre- and post-pandemic. The passage of resolution of both houses number 6 is a crucial step towards this endeavor, reflecting our collective resolve to steer our nation towards a more vibrant and prosperous future. As this happened, our country witnessed the initiative by people's organizations and civic groups endeavoring to gather public support for constitutional amendments. Regrettably, Mr. Speaker, though this commendable initiative from the grassroots has been clouded by severe allegations from certain senators, casting aspersions on the integrity of this House and its esteemed members who have surprisingly and unfortunately become the subject of a Senate inquiry. These public hearings, Mr. Speaker, contravene interparliamentary courtesy and reek of undue interference by members of one chamber in the official acts of legislators belonging to the other. In a bicameral setup such as what we have in the Philippine Congress, respect, civility, and decorum among members of both chambers forbid legislators belonging to one body to be investigating those of the other, and more so when there is actually nothing to investigate about such peers. There is no room for such a breach in the spirit of bicameralism, as members of the Senate and the House are co-equals in our national legislature. Co-equals, Mr. Speaker. The NUP, while championing transparency and the ethos of accountability, believe that the approach adopted by senators exceeds the bounds of constructive scrutiny and ventures into the realm of undue disparagement. Such actions not only compromise the decorum expected between co-equal branches of government, but also impinge upon the honor and autonomy of this House. In these testing times, Mr. Speaker, Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez has chosen wisely to remain above the fray, exemplifying astute leadership and navigating the turbulent political waters with grace and an unwavering commitment to uphold the principles of mutual respect and independence between the two legislative chambers of our Congress. United under the credo of one House, one voice, we stand in solidarity with our Speaker, repudiating baseless allegations and safeguarding the dignity and sovereignty of this institution. With this resolution, the National Unity Party affirms and reaffirms its alliance with Speaker Martin Romualdez and the legislative agenda of the President in its vision for a peaceful and prosperous nation. We vehemently object to the Senate's contentious methods, which undermine not only the cooperative ethos essential for effective governance, but also erode the trust of our citizenry in the Congress in particular, and for our democratic processes in general. We advocate for a restoration of dignified discourse and a recommitment to the principles of interchamber respect and courtesy, and the continuous pursuit of a close and harmonious working relationship between the Senate and the House for the greatest good of our people. The National Unity Party wholeheartedly endorses this resolution, and we pledge to defend the independence and integrity of this House as we remain committed to the relentless quest for our nation's sustainable progress and prosperity. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Congressman Villaferte of NUP. Majority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize Representative Robert Ace Barbers of the 2nd District of Surigao del Norte.
Congressman Representative Barbers is recognized for his manifestation. Please proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Majority Leader. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues and fellow citizens of our great nation. Today, I stand before you as a proud leader of the Nationalist Party, compelled by our enduring commitment to democracy, to voice our unflinching support for the resolution presented in the House of Representatives. This resolution, a testament to our democratic principles, expresses unwavering solidarity with the Honorable Speaker Ferdinand Martin G. Romualdez and upholds the integrity and honor of the House in the wake of severe criticisms from the Senate. Our Constitution, the cornerstone of our democracy, outlines the processes for its amendment. The House of Representatives, under the guidance of Speaker Romualdez, has taken steps to amend the economic provisions of the Constitution, fostering a more investor-friendly and globally competitive Philippines. This initiative, embodied in resolution of both Houses number 6, reflects our dedication to national progress. Yet, in the pursuit of these commendable goals, the House has faced malicious, imagined, and baseless accusations from some hallucinating and paranoid members of the Senate. Unfounded allegations of fraudulent initiatives and misuse of government resources have cast a shadow over the support extended by individual congressmen to the People's Initiative. However, as members of the Nationalist Party, we believe in the importance of due process and the presumption of innocence. The disrespectful and confrontational stance adopted by the Senate not only breaches interparliamentary courtesy, but also undermines the integrity of our parliamentary institutions. It is our firm belief that actions taken by petitioners of the People's Initiative were in line with legal and democratic processes. The accusations leveled against the House and the Speaker, while unfairly questioning the integrity of our chamber, are seriously wanting in substance and merit to deserve any attention. The Nationalist Party, therefore, stands in solidarity with the House of Representatives in rejecting these unfounded accusations. We advocate for the defense of the dignity and integrity of our institution and offer our full support to Speaker Martin Romualdez. In a time where cooperative governance is more crucial than ever, confrontational tactics serve only to erode public confidence and hinder our collective progress. Speaker Martin Romualdez has nothing but good intentions for the country. A leader who consults, listens, and values consensus as a tool in decision-making. A leader who always thinks of protecting the integrity and credibility of the institution and our honorable members. We call for the restoration of respectful dialogue and adherence to interparliamentary courtesy. It is imperative that both houses of Congress work in harmony for the betterment of our people and our nation. The spirit of cooperative governance must prevail over divisive conflicts. The Nationalist Party remains committed to upholding the principles of democracy, the rule of law, and the sanctity of our parliamentary institutions. We support this resolution as a formal denunciation of the Senate's confrontational tactics and a reaffirmation of our collective duty to serve the people with honor, integrity, and respect for democratic processes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Maraming salamat, Nationalist Party through Representative Barbers. Majority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize Representative Jose Pepito Alvarez of the 2nd District of Palawan for his manifestation.
Congressman Jose Pepito Alvarez of the province of Palawan is recognized for your manifestation, sir. Congressperson Bong Teves Jr., Party List TGP of the PCFI, you recognize.
Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, fellow colleagues, as Executive Vice President of the Party List Coalition, and on behalf of the 57-member Party List Coalition Bloc of the 19th Congress, headed by our President, Congressman Elizalde Esco of the Ako Bicol Party List, we strongly support the resolution expressing unwavering solidarity in support to the leadership of the Honorable Speaker Ferdinand Martin J. Romualdez in upholding the integrity and honor of the House of Representatives in the face of intense assault from the Senate in violation of the principles of parliamentary courtesy and undue interference in the performance of its legislative and constituent function. Mr. Speaker, ang koalisyon po ng party list congressmen sa kamalang ito ay united at patuloy na solido ang aming paniniwala sa liderato ni Speaker Romualdez at sa kanyang mga mabubuting adhikain hindi lamang para sa House of Representatives kundi maging sa bansang Pilipinas. Sa katunayan lang, makikita natin sa media na siya po ang kauna-unahang leader ng ating bansa na tumulong sa mga nasalanta ng baha sa Davao del Sur at sa Davao del Norte. Marami pa pong ganong pangyayari ng ating speaker ay siyang nangunguna sa pagtulong sa ating kapwa Pilipino. Likewise, we strongly condemn the assaults made by our colleagues in the Senate towards a co-equal branch of Congress. Ang pahayag na sinasabi ng ating mga kaibigang senador ay masakit sa amin dahil tayong mga district at party list congressmen ay mga national leaders din katulad nila. We also elected by the people just like them at ang mandato natin bilang district at party list congressmen ay national in scope. Gusto ko rin pong ipalalahanin ang ating mga kaibigang senador na kayo ay lumalapit din sa mga district at party list congressman para humingi ng tulong tuwing kayo ay tumatakbo bilang senador. Sana wag niyong kalimutan na kabahagi po kami ng inyong panalo. Mr. Speaker, instead of attacking us, we ask our friend in the Senate to work hand in hand with the House of Representatives in accomplishing our mandate from the electorate by making meaningful laws toward the development of our country. To Madam Senator Amy Marcos, hindi po ba kayo natutuwa ng inyong kapatid ay presidente ng Republika ng Pilipinas? Also, to the family of former President Rodrigo Duterte, hindi po ba kayo natutuwa na si Vice President Sara ay katuwang ng ating Pangulo bilang pangalawang Pangulo ng Republika ng Pilipinas? Iwasan natin ang bangayan. Iwasan natin ang hindi pagkakaunawaan. Tayo ay magkaisa. Isulong ang bagong Pilipinas na gusto ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos Jr. Once again, Mr. Speaker, on behalf of Elisali Ko, the party list coalition president, we stand solidarity with our Speaker, President Martin Romualdez, and we support the efforts of our President Bongbong Marcos Jr. in his advocacy of Bagong Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po.
Nang makarating ang balitang ito sa Senado, pinangunahan ni Senator Jinggoy Estrada ang pagkondena sa ginawang ito ng House of Representatives.
Just received a news feed with regard to a resolution passed by the House of Representatives just a while ago, and the title reads as follows: a resolution expressing unwavering solidarity and support to the leadership of the Honorable Speaker Ferdinand Martin G. Romualdez and upholding the integrity and honor of the House of Representatives in the face of intense assault from the Senate in violation of the principle of interparliamentary courtesy and undue interference in the performance of its legislative and constituent functions. Mr. President, if a leader is embattled or beleaguered in the case of the House of Representatives, it is but normal for the members of the House to express their unwavering support. And if our Senate President here in the Senate is also beleaguered and embattled, we, the members of the Senate, will also express our full support to the leadership of our Senate President. That's normal. But what I cannot understand is the phrase intense assault coming from the Senate. I've been a defender of this institution for more than a decade, and I love this institution. But what I cannot accept is that the title of the resolution is there, intense assault. May you please enlighten me with the definition of intense assault, Mr. President? Because as far as I know, as far as I can remember, if my memory serves me right, there was no direct assault coming from the Senate and towards any member of the House of Representatives. Maybe the minority floor leader can enlighten me with the definition of intense assault. And just a minute. And we violated, in violation of the principle of interparliamentary courtesy and undue interference in the performance of its legislative and constituent functions. What did we violate? I don't think we violated any rule. I don't think we violated the interparliamentary courtesy, because we have always observed it from the very start, Mr. President. And I think this resolution is an affront to the Senate as an institution, Mr. President.
Yes, Minority Floor Leader.
Just to respond to the manifestation of our brave and honorable colleague, Senator Estrada, who has always been, I've noticed that, yes, he always rises to support this institution or a member of this institution, Mr. President. Meron din po kasi sa title ng kanilang resolution. I think the purpose of the resolution of the House, which was passed, I think today?
Yes,
today, no? Today?
I understand
This
it's today.
afternoon, is to express their support to their speaker. Yeah, okay.
That's normal,
Congratulations
Mr.
to the speaker. That's why he is the speaker and he will remain to be the speaker. Pero bakit kasi meron pa po silang allegations that they are doing this, they are reiterating the support for the speaker because they are facing intense assault from the Senate, so from us. Tapos in violation of the principle of interparliamentary courtesy and undue interference in the performance of its legislative and constituent function. So, as I understand the title, dalawa pong accusation sa Senado is tatlo, lagyan na natin sa tatlo. There's an intense assault coming from us, and then we're violating interparliamentary courtesy, and we are unduly interfering in their performance of legislative and constituent functions. Masarap po sana hindi na ito patulan, pero nasa title pa eh. So, that means they really believe this, Mr. President. So, I do not know what the House is after. And then meron pa po sila sa isang whereas clauses nila. I just failed to count kung what number this is, no? Ito na lang po. Whereas on January 30, 2024, the Senate conducted an investigation without a clear legislative purpose, specifically directed at discrediting the Honorable Speaker Ferdinand Marcos G. Romualdez and the House of Representatives. Ngayon, di ba po, Mr. President, when I allege that a member of this House has personal or ulterior motives, bawal po yun, di ba? That's unparliamentary conduct. Ito naman baliktad. Sinasabihan tayo ng House of Representatives na yung investigation natin, although sa title, in aid of legislation, wala daw tayong clear legislative purpose. Okay. I mean, that is the unparliamentary conduct, Mr. President. And for the information of the House, in a few minutes, I will already be filing a bill to make complete, in my opinion, which makes complete RA 6735. So now it can be used now as the legal basis for a people's initiative. Kasi yan ang ruling ng Supreme Court. Alam na natin yan, na-remind tayo ulit because of this incident and our hearings, na-reinforce ng mga resource persons na ganito nga yung ruling ng Supreme Court, ito yung kahinaan ng batas. So ayan yung clear legislative purpose at ito na ang clear legislative result. A bill will be filed which hopefully will now be sufficient to make RA 6735 as a clear, sufficient, and adequate basis for the people to exercise the right to initiate amendments to our Constitution. So, nakakalungkot that the House, our co-equal body here in the legislative branch, has accused us of practices which they are doing in the very same accusatory document, Mr. President. So, ano ba talaga ang gusto nila? So siguro, the leadership, siguro, of the two houses must have a dialogue. So maybe our majority leader can talk to the majority leader of the House, Mr. President, for an honest-to-goodness dialogue. Ano ba talaga ang gusto nila? Kasi the document, pagbasahin mo, it betrays something. They want something which they seem not to be able to state properly and directly, Mr. President.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I haven't attended any hearing of the resolution filed regarding the People's Initiative chaired by Senator Ivy Marcos, but I have been monitoring the events of the hearings that has been held by the Committee on Electoral Reforms. But never did I see or hear anybody or any member of the Senate accusing or assaulting any member of the House, especially the Speaker of the House. Wala naman hong binabanggit na pangalan ng kahit sinong representante ng Kamara dun sa House of Representatives. That's why I am picked because, again, the Senate as an institution is again facing another challenge here because of this resolution that has been approved by the House of Representatives, Mr. President.
Mr. President, if I may just a
Yes, please proceed, Majority Leader.
very short manifestation as I heard my name from the minority leader. Mr. President, during the hearing conducted by the chairperson in charge here in the Senate, Senator Amy Marcos, there are a lot of things that we were able to discover in aid of legislation, and that's why my question is if there is a resolution calling for an inquiry in aid of legislation, is this considered unparliamentary, Mr. President? Because in that particular hearing alone, Mr. President, we were able to air out a lot of concerns, particularly, for example, Mr. President, how the Commission on Election would actually address the receiving of signatures, Mr. President. 2 days later, Mr. President, after the hearing, I asked for our provincial election officer in Bulacan. And she herself stated that thank God for the meeting because right now, everything is under the scrutiny now of not just Congress, but also of the Commission on Elections. For example, Mr. President, there was a time, for a long period of time, that the members of the Commission would say that it is just a ministerial duty for them to receive the signatures. And then all of a sudden, the NBank came up with a resolution saying, stop receiving, suspend the receipts of all these signatures. And so, what is it, Mr. President? Is it really ministerial? Is it discretionary? And now, during the hearing, it came about that COMELEC has been issuing certification. The Annex B came out. And so I asked, Mr. President, why are we issuing certification? I thought it's just a ministerial duty. Now, you're certifying. Now, the word certification means you are doing something. It's not just receiving, not just a ministerial duty. You are certifying. Now, the million-dollar question is, how do you certify? How do you certify? And it appears there's no basis on how the Commission would certify these documents, Mr. President. Don't you think it's helpful, Mr. President? I think it's very helpful. Now, on the part of this representation as a member of this august chamber, it bothers me, Mr. President, that our co-equal House, with the House of Representatives, would accuse the Senate of coming up with this so-called intense attacks, Mr. President. Intense attacks. I've been a member of Congress for quite some time, 9 years in the House of Representatives. I've never heard of any resolution like this, Mr. President. I am not going to file a resolution here in the Senate to congratulate our Senate President and tell him, Mr. President, we are all behind you, or Senator Marcos, we are all behind you. I don't need to do that. Why? May isang salita. Ang mga senador, may isang salita. Hindi natin kailangan yun, Mr. President. The fact that we see each other, yung pagkamay natin sa isa't isa, alam na natin. Meron na tayong pinagkaisahan, meron tayong pinagkasunduan, Mr. President. I cannot say otherwise with the other chamber, Mr. President, because, and I think this is the root cause of the problem, I think the leader of the House is not sharing the information that was shared to us by our Senate President. Doon sa mga pag-uusap, doon sa mga napag-usapan, na dumating yung mga pagkakataon ilang beses na hindi sila tumupad sa pinag-usapan. At ngayon, binibigyan pa tayo ng deadline ng isa, kung sino man yun, kung anong gagawin ng Senado. Tayo ba'y utusan dito, Mr. President? Tayo ba ay basta susunod na lamang kahit kanino? Mismong presidente ng Pilipinas, hindi ko narinig na sinabihan ang ating Senate President. I was there, Mr. President, during the meetings. Hindi ko kailanman narinig ang Pangulo ng Pilipinas at sabihin sa atin na ganito lang, dapat ganito yung timeline nyo, tapos na kayo, etc. And we are even talking about the soul of our nation. Mr. President, I take offense as I join the gentleman from San Juan in raising this particular issue.
Hanggang saan kaya aabot ang bangayan ng House of Representatives at saka ng Senado? Sa sobra silang aligaga dito sa Chacha, nakakalimutan na nila ang totoong problema ng mga kababayan natin. Nahihirapan na tayo sa taas ng presyo ng mga produkto, ng gasolina, ng lahat halos ng bilihin. Nasaan na ang mga solusyon nyo dito sa totoong nagpapahirap sa taong bayan? Nakakapag-isip pa kaya sila? O pansariling interes lamang ang inaatupag nila? Hanggang sa muli, magkita't magkarinigan tayo. Ako po sa Tony Claire Castro, nagpapaalalang, huwag tulugan ang inyong karapatan.